they've been using this unique way of blitzing. They have been blitzing a little bit more these last few weeks, but they're using different combinations. Like they're bringing in Derwin, they're bringing in Nazier, they're bringing in different guys to try and blitz. Drew Tranquil's actually done really well with it. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to try and blitz. They might blitz it here and there, but their goal, and that's the way they've kind of done it these last few weeks. Their goal is to get you in third and long and make you make a play. So I think that's what they're going to try and do. They're trying to stop the run. They've done actually really well. Najee Harris and Joe Mixon got held to with below 60 rushing yards each. So that's what they need. That's what Ronaldo Hill, defensive coordinator, said yesterday. He said we need to come in and we need to establish right away that they cannot run the football. If we can take away running the football, we make them one dimensional. And then we put the pressure on the pass game. And that is true. I mean, they need to take away the rush because this is what I've noticed about the Chiefs as of late. Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, I mean, they used to depend on them a lot for, hey, win us these games, go out there, make huge monster performances. They haven't done that in a while. It's been all about the running backs, the other receivers, the other tight ends. So I feel like that's what the Chargers need to shut down. They need to shut down, if anything, I mean, I'm not trying to say make Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill beat you, but you don't want those running backs to run wild on you, running the football. You don't want them in the pass game getting you don't want to get reckless. You want to slow down the game and make it a little bit, make it so that Patrick is uncomfortable the way they kind of did in that first matchup. But it's just unique, and I'm interested to see kind of how the Chiefs offense attacks the Chargers, just because, like you said, like they already saw this with Vic Fangio's system a couple of weeks ago. I thought Vic Fangio actually played well against their offense. The only problem was that pick six to Daniel Sorensen that Teddy Bridgewater threw. Other than that, I thought the Broncos were actually really in that game. So I'm wondering if Brandon is going to look at that film and kind of try and study off of that and try something unique against the Chiefs this week.
Absolutely, man. And the Raiders, God bless the Raiders, man. They just refuse to play cover two. They're so stubborn. They did it like 25% of the time, and that's Gus Bradley, exactly.
That's Gus Bradley. But you know what's funny? I think Patrick said it on yesterday. I think he said it on Tuesday. I've learned how to play against that system. I think he said something to that extent.
Yeah.
So I was like, because I'm not gonna lie, and I mean, I don't have a horse in the race. I don't care, but the way I saw it, I thought Gus Bradley's system with these Charger players played well against Patrick for years.
Mm-hmm.
For the first few years of his career, I thought they played him really well, but I don't think the Raiders have the personnel that the Chargers. You don't have a Derwin James. You don't have a Joey Bosa. You don't.
Yep.
I mean, Max Crosby's good, but let's be honest, he's not Joey, and he's not some of these other pass rushers that the Chargers have had. So I think that's kind of where it hurts them a little bit. So, and the thing is, Gus is always going to live and die by a system. He's brought over a lot of Charger players into there, but it isn't the same. So I feel like that's kind of where it's gone wrong with them, is that he's stubborn with his system. The players aren't the same as what he had over here. So I just feel like it's all gone wrong for him over in Las Vegas with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with, man, just about everything you said. We're on the same page with these two teams.
Yeah.
It's for all the marbles, the AFC West. We talked about the Chargers schedule kind of soft down the stretch. The Chiefs still have, Denver, they have Cincinnati, they have Pittsburgh.
What's funny? What's funny? Speaking of that, we asked Brandon Staley. I mean, Brandon Staley's a rookie coach when, Andy Reid has been in the league for years. And I kind of asked him, hey, so are you telling your players how important this game is? And he's like, no, I mean, we're focused on the Kansas City Chiefs. We're not focused on the division. We're not focused on this. We're focused on the Kansas City Chiefs and their team. Whereas I remember I heard Tyrann Mathieu say yesterday, because I listen to some athletes, you have to listen. And I listen to Tyrann when he speaks. And he said, he's like, we know what's at stake. We know that this game is basically for all the marbles. And he basically said that they understand it. So I'm sure Andy told it to them. And I'm sure Brandon told it to his team. But I think he's trying to get his team to relax a little bit, not be tense, not be, oh, my God, it's the mighty Chiefs. like, hey, you guys can go in there, you guys can compete with these guys. But I think Andy's telling the Chiefs, hey, dude, like this might be it. We need to go in there and we need to make a statement. So it's definitely two different styles, I think, of coaching, but both well, one's already obviously battle tested. And by the way, Andy Reid, when he won his ring, I was so excited for him because I thought he's been a great coach. He had really good teams in Philadelphia, and it sucked that he could never they could never get over the hump. And that the fact that he finally did, it was awesome. But I definitely want to see. I love the first matchup. I thought the first matchup was a lot of fun to watch between these two. Tomorrow's going to be even crazier in my opinion.
Yeah, and Staley, man, I could ramble about him for a couple
Yeah,
hours. Like, the press conference clips that get cut up, obviously cool, but man, he really does seem to get it. He's
yeah, he
young.
gets it.
He's,
Yeah,
progressive in what he wants to do with football and the team, and
yeah,
he understands, the balance between rest and mental health and, keeping the team prepared and relaxing, and he's
yeah.
just awesome.
I don't know if you heard about that story about Joey from Cincinnati.
Uh-uh.
So against the Bengals, Joey hit his head, and Joey he had two concussions last year, and he went through some dark stuff. Actually wrote about it before the season started, and he said he went through some dark times and everything. So he hits his head against Cincinnati, and Staley told him, "Dude, sit out. Like you don't. We can do this without you." He's like, "No, no, no. I want to fight. I want to be in there for my teammates." Like the best thing you can do is let us handle it. Let us lead us to victory, and you just stay here and protect yourself. And Joey is one of those guys that for you to get to him, it takes a lot. And
Yeah.
Brandon there, I think, showed him like, hey, I want to take care of you, and that meant a lot to Joey. So stuff like that, that's just where you really look and you're like, wow, like this guy cared more about his player than he did his if they won or lost the game. And that's the big thing. And that's why when I heard Jalen Ramsey speak about him before the season or before he got hired by the Chargers, I was like, wow, if Jalen's saying all this stuff about you, that means that you must be the real deal. So he seems like the real deal so far this season.